Good morning, party people. In today's video, we talk all about German volume training.
The emphasis on the volume.
There is a lot of emphasis on volume.
This is one of the more controversial training styles, I guess. It's got some positives, it's got some negatives. So what German volume training is essentially is a way to get in a lot of
Volume?
in a really short space of time. So what you're doing is you're picking two exercises that are agonist and antagonist, so the opposite muscles. Today, what are we doing?
We're doing a push-pull, so we're going to do a bench press and a lat pull-down.
So we've got our two exercises, our main work for the session. We're going to do 10 sets on each of 10 reps with a minute in between exercises. So you're going to bang out 10 reps on the bench press. You've got a minute to get over to the lat pull-down. I don't think it'll take you that long to get.
I'm going to walk really slow.
And then you're going to go 10 reps on lat pull-down, minute to break, and come back. You want to be using 60% of your 1 RM for these sets, okay? So it might not seem like much, but you should be able to get the 10 sets of 10 out. This kind of training style, you do basically a session every other day. So you get 3 sessions in every 5 days. You need a lot of rest because
It's a lot of volume.
yeah, it's a lot of volume. After you work through your 10 sets of 10, we'll get into some more accessory work. So don't stress, it's not just these straight compound movements. And then we'll talk through a little bit of why you only do 1 day on, 1 day off, how long you do it for, and the type of people that's best for.
Can we get into it? Let's go!
So you'll notice here, nice, slow, controlled tempo. We don't want to be smashing these weights out. This is pretty lightweight for Nate, but he does have a lot of volume to accumulate, so he's just slowing it down, make sure his technique's perfect. Again, with the volume being so high, you do run the risk of overuse injuries if you're under-recovered. So now Nate's got a minute to get over to his lat pull-downs. He's going to walk super slow. We're going to do some magical time editing here, and that minute has passed already. Again, it's hard. It can be difficult to estimate your 60% of your 1 RM on the lat pull down, but this is pretty close because we don't ever really use, a 1 RM lat pull down. We just want to estimate. You'll notice with the exercises, we've picked 2 that are really going to stimulate a lot of motor neurons. They're big compound movements. You're going to get more stimulus out of this than, maybe a dumbbell pullover. You're going to get more stimulus out of a bench press than a cable fly. So this style of training uses really big compound movements. First set down, how do you feel?
Starting strong, because it is only 60% of my 1 RM, I can do the weight easily, but as you'll see as the sets go on, the fatigue will kick in and it becomes harder and harder. So.
Alright, so Nate is on to set number 5 now. Now this is one of the big drawbacks of this kind of style of training. Fatigue accumulates super fast, and as we're executing quite complex skills, it can be, technique can break down pretty quickly around this set. Now Nate's a super advanced training, so he's going to handle this pretty fine. But if you are a beginner just starting out, this is where you really need to keep an eye on what you're doing because that skill can start to break down so easily. How you doing?
Yeah, fatigue is kicking in a little bit. The sets are becoming a little bit harder, but it's more about the mental fatigue now. So I'm concentrating on getting each rep correct as we go through.
So on set number 5 here, lat pull down. Another major drawback is, as Nathan was talking about, the mental fatigue. It does get quite repetitive. So if you're someone who doesn't enjoy the repetitive nature of training, you like to get a lot more variety in your sessions, this probably isn't the workout for you. If you want to not think about your sesh, get in and just grind it out, you can see how this style of training would appeal to you. 10, fatigue is definitely accumulating. Got to stay super switched on with these ones. So from here, we're going to go over to our accessory movement. So when you're choosing your accessory stuff, you can choose exercises that have a lighter motor neuron load. So cable flies, pec deck, light dumbbell press, that kind of stuff. Seated cable rows, dumbbell rows, that kind of stuff. So a lot smaller motor neuron recruitment, less muscles used. And for those ones, we're doing 3 sets of 10 to 15 each, still with that minutes rest in between.
Fatigue is definitely real. Right now, I'm gonna take another minute break before moving on to, as Lane suggested, we're gonna do a cable fly to start with here.
Concludes our German volume training session. How you feeling?
Yeah, far more messed up after the 3 sets. At the end of the first big bit, I was tired and fatigued, but then having that secondary accessory work to hit in afterwards. What? This should tell you what you need to know.
So 3 sessions every 5 days is how you want to plan this out. You only want to do this kind of training for 3 weeks if you are going to do it. Again, it's not for beginners. It can get very tedious. It also is a whole bunch of volume. So it's probably approaching most people's maximum amount of volume they can do. So maybe you can start with 7 or 8 sets if you're not quite feeling up to the 10, or if you are advanced, go for the 10. But make sure you focus on your recovery. You only want to do this for 3 weeks. Again, it's not the most scientifically sound hypertrophy training program. However, it will get you working, and it may just get you into the gym and getting through a lot of work. If you're struggling with that at the moment, if you're a bit confused about your training, this can be a nice little training block to run to just get in, get some work done, and start making steps towards a long-term lifestyle change.
Yeah, only having 4 exercises in the entire set means less thinking. You just get in and get it done. So, hope this has been helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, comment down below. Hit us up on Instagram at Milestone Strength. We'll see you in the next video.